Guardians of Dominion, Zeus is here with important battlefield intelligence. The Lumira event looks simple, but one wrong choice can separate a smart free-to-play strategy from a wasted opportunity. Chapter 6, Lumira 6 stars, and relic upgrades are not the same path. Watch this carefully. Today I am going to answer the most common question I am getting about the Lumira event, and this question is very important, especially for free-to-play players. Many players are asking the same thing: can free-to-play players reach Chapter 5? Can they reach Chapter 6? And maybe the biggest question of all, can they get Lumira to 6 stars without spending money? So let's go step by step, because the answer is not the same for every player. It depends on how long you have been playing, how much inventory you saved, and what exactly your goal is during this event. Let's start with the first question. Can free-to-play players achieve Chapter 5? Yes. Free-to-play players can achieve Chapter 5 without any problem, because Chapter 5 requires only 320 energy crystals, and the total amount of free energy available during the event is around 404 energy crystals. Now let me explain where this free energy comes from, because many players look at the event and think they will not have enough, but when you calculate all the sources together, Chapter 5 becomes very realistic. The first important source comes from completing the event quests. In the Principle of Light event, one of the quests is Search of the Truth. This quest requires you to complete 71 battles. To do this, you can simply play Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of the Lumira event, because these chapters do not require energy crystals. That means you can complete the 71 battles without spending your valuable event energy. But while you are doing these battles, don't just fight randomly. Try to complete other quests at the same time. For example, Dialogue of Cultures requires you to use different heroes during battle, such as Lyria, Jasmine, Dante, Kira, Qingmao, Amira, and Isaac. So while you are farming those 71 battles, rotate these heroes into your teams and complete this quest at the same time. Then we have Loyal Friends, where you need to buy any pet in Heroes Stall. This is another quest that can give you additional progress if you complete it properly. And then we have Elemental Ritual, where you need to use different titans and totem skills. This includes Moloch, Vulcan, Ignis, Araji, Angus, Silver, Avalon, Eden, Brewstar, Keras, Mort, Tenebris, Rigel, Amon, Iari, Verdoc, Asherona, Titus, and different totem skills. So if you complete these main quests together, you can collect over 300 free energy crystals from quests alone. The rest of the free energy comes from daily rewards and the daily charge. This is very important, because some players forget to claim these every day, and then later they feel like they are missing energy. Every day, you can collect 8 energy crystals from daily reward and daily charge. Since the event lasts 7 days, that gives you 56 energy crystals in total. So after completing the main quests and collecting your daily rewards, you should be around 362 energy crystals. Then the rest comes from the free side of the battle path. You do not need to buy the ticket. If you complete the quests and collect the free battle path rewards, you can get another 40 energy crystals. When we add everything together, we reach 404 energy crystals. And with 404 energy crystals, free-to-play players can reach Chapter 5 without any problem, because Chapter 5 requires only 320 energy crystals. On top of that, we also expect 3 gifts from the developers. The first 2 gifts have already been sent, and today we received the second one. We are still expecting one more gift, and if that gift gives another 16 energy crystals, then free-to-play players will have even more room to work with. So the answer is clear: free-to-play players can achieve Chapter 5. Now let's move to the second question, and this one is more complicated. Can free-to-play players achieve Chapter 6? Here the answer depends on what kind of player you are. If you are a new player and you just started playing Hero Wars, then no, you probably cannot achieve Chapter 6. The reason is simple: Chapter 6 requires much more energy, and the difference between the free energy and the requirement for Chapter 6 is around 78 more energy crystals. Now, there are a few ways to cover this difference. One way is through guildmate gifts. If your guildmates buy event packages, they can send energy crystals to other guild members. Depending on the package, this can be 1, 6, or even 10 energy crystals. So if 3 players in your guild buy the biggest package, they can send a total of 30 energy crystals. But let's say you are in a guild where players do not spend money. In that case, you need another source, and that source is emeralds. To reach Chapter 6, you may need to spend around 50,000 emeralds. Now, some free-to-play players may actually have this amount saved, especially if they collected emeralds from different mysterious island maps. For example, the April map alone had 35,000 emeralds available. So if you are a free-to-play player but you saved a lot of emeralds, then Chapter 6 becomes possible, but only with a very specific strategy. If you spend 50,000 emeralds, the calculation shows that you can probably achieve around 40 Sapphire Medallions, and this brings your total energy crystals to around 526. That means you would still be short by only 4 energy crystals to fully reach Chapter 6. But there is one very important condition here. To reach this number, you need to stay on Relic 1 and Grail of Generosity 1. You cannot upgrade your relics if your goal is Chapter 6. Every upgrade you make will reduce the amount of energy you have available, and that can stop you from reaching the next chapter. So if your goal is Chapter 6, the strategy is simple: do not upgrade the relics. Stay on Relic 1 and Grail of Generosity 1, collect as much energy as possible, and use your emeralds carefully. The 40 Sapphire Medallions are achievable for many players, especially if they saved emeralds. From spins, the calculator may show something like 31 medallions, but when you complete additional quests, that number can increase to around 34 or more. Since the percentage range is between 10 and 15%, reaching 40 Sapphire Medallions is possible. So, can free-to-play players reach Chapter 6? New players, no. Older free-to-play players with saved emeralds, yes, but it is very tight, and you need to follow the correct strategy. Now let's answer the third and probably most important question. Can free-to-play players get Lumira to 6 stars? Here is the real deal. You need to decide what your main goal is. Are you going for Chapter 6, or are you going for Lumira 6 stars? Because for most players, both goals are not achievable at the same time. If you are a new player, Lumira 6 stars is not realistic. You will not have enough saved resources, and you will not be able to complete enough quests to collect all the Valor coins needed. But for older players who have built up inventory, Lumira 6 stars can be achieved even without spending money. Let's calculate this carefully. If you do not spend emeralds, 40 Sapphire Medallions are still achievable. But if your goal is Lumira 6 stars, your relic setup needs to be different. You need Tomb of Greed at level 5 and Grail of Generosity at level 2. With this setup, you will have around 382 energy crystals left. Since Chapter 5 requires 320 energy crystals, you will have around 62 energy crystals remaining after reaching Chapter 5. Those 62 energy crystals can be converted into Valor coins, giving you 62,000 Valor coins. But the most important part comes from quests. Players who have saved inventory can complete many of the development quests. For example, Upgrading a Mira 100 times with Titan potions can be completed if you have enough Titan potions saved. Then you need to upgrade Lumira, at least to level 5 during the calculation, because the 6-star upgrade comes later. You also need to upgrade her default skin. If you have enough skin stones or saved resources, you can push this skin to level 60 and complete that part of the quest. Then we have the artifact quest. You need to upgrade Lumira's artifact to 6 stars, and this is achievable with Sapphire Medallions. From our calculation, we said that 40 Sapphire Medallions are achievable. To upgrade Lumira's artifact to 6 stars, you need a maximum of 18 Sapphire Medallions. You can buy Lumira artifact fragments from the shop and use them to complete the upgrade. But be careful here. You probably will not need all 18 medallions, because the altar will also give you free artifact fragments. So in reality, the amount you need from the shop may be lower, maybe even less than 15 medallions depending on your luck and your rewards. The next quest is about the total level of Lumira's artifacts. The third artifact requires gold, while the other 2 require essence of the elements. So if you saved enough essence of the elements and gold, you can complete this quest to the maximum. And finally, we have the quest that requires completing the previous quests. Even if you cannot complete absolutely everything, reaching around 43 out of 46 quests is achievable for older players with inventory. This gives enough valor coins, around 632,000 in total from the quest progress and energy crystals, and that is enough to get Lumira to 6 stars. So let's repeat this clearly. New players cannot get Lumira to 6 stars as free-to-play players. But older players who saved inventory can get Lumira to 6 stars without spending money, as long as they complete enough quests and use the free energy correctly. The key condition is this: Tomb of Greed needs to be level 5, and Grail of Generosity needs to be level 2. So the final conclusion is simple. Free-to-play players can reach Chapter 5 without any problem. Free-to-play players can reach Chapter 6 only if they have saved emeralds, use guildmate gifts, or follow a very strict energy strategy. And free-to-play players can get Lumira to 6 stars only if they are older players with enough saved inventory to complete the development quests. You need to choose your goal carefully, because going for Chapter 6 and going for Lumira 6 stars are 2 different strategies. If you try to do both without enough resources, you may end up missing both. But if you choose the right path based on your account, you can get very strong value from this event, even as a free-to-play player. So that is the key message, Guardians. Free-to-play players can reach Chapter 5 without any problem, but Chapter 6 and Lumira 6 stars require a much smarter decision. You need to choose your path before you spend your energy, your emeralds, or your sapphire medallions, because one wrong upgrade can change the entire result of this event. Now I want to hear from you. Are you going for Chapter 5, pushing toward Chapter 6, or focusing everything on Lumira 6 stars? Share your strategy in the comments, because your plan can also help other players make a better decision. If this video helped you understand the event more clearly, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Hero Wars guide. Play smart, protect your resources, and turn every event into an advantage. Salute and friendship.